Good evening, groovy citizens, and happy Winning Wednesday. I hope you all had a wonderful day. My day's been quite busy, but wonderful nonetheless. So let's jump right into this video because I have a few more things to do, and then I have to get ready for a meeting, a Zoom meeting. Thank God for that, at 8 o'clock, but I have quite a few things I need to get done before then. So today's topic is, I'm going to be giving you 12 steps of highly successful people that set them apart. So in essence, I'm going to share 12 things with you that highly successful people do that sets them apart from everybody else. So let's jump right on in. Number one, they create the next step. I love the air quote. So creating a goal isn't where most people get stuck. They get stuck because they have their goals set up, but they don't have their next step in place. So once you set your goal, start creating your next steps to get things done, and then break your goal down into sizable pieces, and most importantly, keep pushing forward. So essentially what I just shared with you is, a lot of time we all create goals. We do. Y'all, I'm trying to figure out, why does this shirt, I know what it is, because it's too big. That's a good thing, y'all, when this shirt is a large and now it is too big. That's why it keeps frumpling up. But anyway, I digress. When you set a goal, and we all do this, we set these great goals, we write them in our vision books, put them on our vision boards, everywhere, sticky notes, you name it. But the problem is we don't have a next step. So in other words, somebody a few months back in January created a goal of starting a business, but that's all you wrote down. You didn't go move forward with your next steps. So you didn't say, okay, well, I need to go register the business name, get my LLC, set up the bank account, this, that, and the other. You didn't do any of that. You had a goal, which was great, but you didn't create the next steps. And I always like to use weight loss, because that's always easy to do. It's like losing weight, saying, I want to drop 30 pounds. Or let's go with something large, 100 pounds, but you don't have a next step. Okay, so what are the steps you're going to take to get the weight off? Are you going to join Jenny Craig? Are you going to join Weight Watchers? Are you going to join a gym? Are you going to get a trainer? Are you going to buy some equipment? Are you going to walk every day? And the list can go on and on and on. You have to have next steps. And if you don't break that goal down, you are going to get overwhelmed, because I've been there before. So trust me, I know, I speak from experience. You're going to get overwhelmed, and then you're just going to say, to heck with it, I'm done. Okay. Number two, they invest in themselves. Be it time or money, successful people always invest in themselves. So if you want to be successful, I'm going to say this: you have got to invest in yourself. And like I said, be it time, meaning taking the time to go to free workshops if you can find them, taking the time to study, to learn what it is that you need to know. Or sometimes you have to invest money. I had to invest money in my coach, because I wanted to get to a place of where he is now. So in order to do that, I've had to invest money, a lot of money, over the last few years, but it was money well spent. So I'm not complaining about that at all. But you do have to invest. It's just like if you decide, you know what, I want to work with you, Michelle, and have you as my life coach, or I want to work with you and have you teach me how to be an effective and confident speaker. I want to work with you in creating content, or whatever it is. That's great, but you're going to have to make an investment, because I had to invest money to learn what I know. So I can't just give it away freely all the time. Now, doing my YouTube videos, this is great, because I love doing this. But in order to take you step by step, holding you by the hand, if you will, you're going to have to make an investment. And I know a lot of times people don't want to do it because we always want something for free. However, the best things in life are not necessarily always free. So if you're going to be successful, you've got to invest. I promise you, when you look at Eric Thomas and a lot of the other big speakers, they invested money and time in something to get where they are. They didn't just snap their fingers and magically, they've arrived. So always know that. Number 3, they get up early. So we all have heard the saying, the early bird gets the worm. Early early risers are more proactive and intuitive. Getting up early helps you stay focused, motivated, and eager to get as much done as possible. Now, I am a firm believer in that. However, and because, y'all, I'm be honest with you, early rising is really not my thing. It is really not my thing. However, there are some times when I know that I have a ton of stuff. God, this mosquito. I have a ton of stuff that I need to do. And so I've got to get up early to get my day started. Just like, case in point, Sunday. I think I told you all that this week is, well, all month we've been celebrating, God, what is it? Preaching with Friends or something like that every Thursday. This week is super, super busy because tomorrow we have our guest preacher. And then on Saturday, we are having the installation service of our 7th pastor. So that's going to be a busy morning. And then on Sunday is church. So you see what I'm saying? So I have a very busy week this week. And so I'm going to have to get up early because I have a lot of things I need to do to prepare for those events. And so, again, just getting up early, it does clear your head. I will say that. And it helps you get an early start on your day. So if you can, even if you set your alarm and you get up just 1 hour early, or start with 30 minutes early, try that. And then make it an hour. And then you can make it a couple of hours. You'd be surprised at how much stuff you can get done. Especially, let's say if your work day starts at 9 o'clock. You can get up at 6. So 6, 7, 7 to 8. Well, or say 5 o'clock. So from 5 to 7, you got 2 hours to work on your business or to work on whatever it is you need to work on, and then get ready for work. So make it a practice of getting up early. Number 4, they learn from feedback. Not only does it show your dedication to improving, but it also shows that you are easy to work with and that you are open to change. It is so important, you guys, that we all be open to feedback. Now, let me say this. I know it's not always easy. I do. I know it is not always easy when people give us feedback and it's not working in our favor. Let me just say that. It really isn't. But I want to encourage you to look at it from the perspective of, especially if these are people that really have your back and they really want you to succeed. They're only telling you what they're telling you because they love you and they care about you. And I get it, because somebody is saying, but Michelle, I didn't ask them for their feedback. And you're absolutely right. There are going to be times when people will offer their feedback that you didn't ask for. But I will say this, even if it's not the most positive feedback, take it in anyway. Just smile and say, you know what? Thank you so much for sharing that. And keep on moving. That's all you have to do. Don't cuss nobody. Don't hit nobody. Don't roll your eyes. Just say thank you and keep it moving. Now, in your mind, you're thinking, well, who in the hell asked them? I get it, because I've been down that road before. But just know that when people offer you feedback, typically, I'm going to say typically, it's because they care and they want you to succeed. Now, there are going to be times that people are going to offer feedback that you, A, didn't ask for, and B, they're just being nasty and negative. You'll have to discern who those people are. Now, how you deal with them is on you. I'm going to let you have that. Number 5, they collaborate. Successful people know that collaborating with other people who have different skill sets, abilities, and techniques that can help others achieve common goals. I will say this, you cannot live this life by yourself. And if you want to succeed in whatever your business is, I would encourage you to do some collaborations. But again, you want to pick those people that are adding some value to what you're already bringing to the table, and that also don't want to take over, because there are sometimes people you collaborate with them and they want to take over. No, That's when you have to put the brakes on and say, hold up, wait a minute now. I didn't ask you to come and take over. We're collaborating. That's why if you notice, you'll go on YouTube, and a lot of times you'll have YouTubers, they'll say, they're doing their video on setting up their holiday planner. And they'll say, this is a collaboration with, and they'll name the other people that's doing it as well. So let's say it's 5 of them in this collaboration. And if you go to the other 4 channels, they're doing Christmas planner setups as well. Why? Because they've all decided they're going to collaborate and do the same thing. Now, their planners don't look the same, but they're all doing the same thing. They have the same theme, and they're collaborating. Just like if you have a business, and let's say you're great with coming up with content, and I'm great with lighting, and somebody else is great with the filming, we can collaborate on a project, and look how we can do something really great by collaborating together. But keep in mind, you're working together as a team. Nobody's trying to take over. Nobody has to be the leader, because it's just about helping you build your business. I'm building mine, they're building theirs, and we can get it out there. Because here's the other thing. When you do collaborations, the people that follow and support me, they get to meet the other 2 people. Then those people, their people get to meet me. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's a great thing when you do it with the right people. So I will encourage you to do that. Number 6, they create structures of support. The best mentors always have a mentor, because we all need support. I opened up telling you all when I talked about investing. Well, I have a coach and I have a mentor. Just like Bob has a coach and he has a mentor. So I'm pretty sure that person has a coach and they have a mentor. So again, we can't do this by ourselves. So it is okay that even if you know what you're doing, that you still have a coach and a mentor. Because that helps you stay, y'all, this mosquito is really getting on my nerves, helps you to stay on track. And again, we can all use the support. Number 7, they exercise healthy boundaries. It's important to be clear with what you ask for and how you can deliver what you do. It's also important to be able to speak up when something isn't clear. So I've talked about this before. You have got to set boundaries. You really do. Because if you don't, people will walk all over top of you, and they will not respect you. So you must set boundaries. Now, as I talked about healthy boundaries, when let's say you are doing collaborations, you need to be clear on what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And if the person you're doing a collaboration with, if they're not they're telling you what they want as well, but you're not really clear about what it is they're trying to get to, or they don't make it clear, then you need to speak up and say, okay, I understand you want to do a collaboration, but what is it that you're bringing to the table? What is the outcome that you're looking for? You've got to set healthy boundaries, be it in your personal life and your business life. Okay, you just have to, because again, if you don't, people will walk all over you and they won't respect you. Number 8, they exercise. Exercising for even a half an hour is proven to help you stay healthy and to keep you motivated. Y'all, I don't even have to break that down. Y'all know the importance of exercising, okay? Number 9, did I say 8? Yep, number 9, they incorporate reading daily. So incorporating reading into your weekly habits can give you a different perspective, help you to reflect on what you haven't read, and can improve your reading and communication skills. I don't know about you all, but I am an avid reader. I am always reading. I love to, and I do ebooks. I very rarely will buy an actual hardcover book, but I do ebooks, and I love to read, especially when I'm reading something that others who have been successful with what it is that I'm trying to do. I want to read and learn what they learned. I want to learn from the mistakes that they've made, so I don't have to go out there and make those same mistakes. So I want to encourage you to read every day. Now, you should be reading your Bible, okay? You should be reading your Bible every day, even if it's just a scripture a day, or maybe a couple of verses from that scripture. But you should be reading your word every day. That's a must. But I mean, read something that's going to help you I should say this, read things that are going to help get you closer to your goal and not further away. But also take the time to just read something for fun. You know, I love pretty much anything by Stephen King. So, read a romance novel, or now that we're in the month of October, you might want to read a scary story. I don't know. But just, reading does help you open up your mind. Number 10, they avoid time wasters, such as checking your emails multiple times a day, checking your calendar 2 or 3 times a day, spending too much time on social media, and being on your phone. I have to encourage you to get rid of time wasters. The things that I've mentioned, as well as things that I did not, because some of y'all get on the phone, your good girlfriend calls or your buddies call, and you all get to chit-chatting and you lose track of time, and now you've wasted 2 hours on the phone. Well, I'm when I say wasted, meaning that you could have been taking care of business. But I'm pretty sure whatever you all were talking about, you were getting caught up, and that's all fine and good too. But get rid of time wasters. You have to. I'm one of these people that I don't really care for what I like to call white noise. White noise to me is when things are just completely quiet. I need to have some kind of noise in the background, not too loud. Now, let me be clear, not too loud, but something. So I will have either the television on, or I will have something, a Netflix movie playing on my iPad. Not that I'm watching it, or to be honest with you, even listening to it. It's just having that background noise. Or sometimes I'll just have some music playing at a low volume, of course, so it's not distracting me from what I'm doing. But it's just that white noise just bothers me, so I don't really care for it. But if it's whatever you're doing, if it's going to take away from the time that you need to spend on what you're doing, get rid of it. Put the phones down, put and if the phone rings and it's somebody that is going to be long-winded, let it go to voicemail, call them back. Because right now you need to focus your time and energy on what you're doing. If it's, and I get it, your phone pings and you're like, ooh, somebody just posted something on Facebook, or somebody just commented on what I posted. Let it wait. It can wait until you get done with this. You've got to get rid of the time wasters. I cannot encourage that enough. And then, because what happens is you get to the end of the day and, I didn't have enough time to get this done or that done. No, you had time. You did. You allowed these time wasters to get in the way, and it took away from what you needed to do. Number 11, they don't touch things twice. I love this. So you are guilty of doing this if you have a habit of saying, I'll get back to that. If you know you are a habitual procrastinator, then you need to do things right away. Again, like I said, they don't touch things twice. You know how we'll go and we'll pick up something and we'll go, I need to do ABCXYZ with this, but I'll come back to it. And you put it down. No, what you should have done is gone on and did what you needed to do with whatever that thing was, because now you're touching it twice. You picked it up initially, you put it down, you want to come back later, either that day or the next day, and you're going to pick it up again. Start doing things right then and there. Stop procrastinating. And I hear you loud and clear. You're saying, but Michelle, that's easier said than done. And you're right. Sometimes it can be easier said than done, but you've got to practice doing things once. I am one of these people that I don't like to touch the same thing more than once. Now, there are going to be occasions when you may have to do that, because whatever you need to do with that thing, you don't have all the pieces to the puzzle, so you can't complete that project. So you will have to put it down and come back to it. Or it's something that you're not going to be able to finish today, so you start it and then you come back the next day and finish it. That is fine. But if it's just a matter of you picked up this letter because you needed to do something with it, and then you said, I'll come back to it later on. No, don't do that. When you pick that letter up, go ahead and do with it whatever you need to, so you're not touching it twice. Last but not least, they rest. You need to make sure you put rest on your calendar. Honor rest the same way you would any other activity, so that your time is well spent and productive. Successful people know what they need. They know what they want out of work and out of life. They set goals and they make time for them. So again, I don't know about you all, but I have an app on my phone that's called To Do. I love it because I plug in everything in the first thing in the morning that I need to do for that day. And as I complete things, I just tap the button, check it off. So on that list, guess what? I put take a nap. Actually, I put take a power nap, because to me, taking a nap is very important. I know some people say they don't like taking naps because it makes them sluggish and this, that, and the third. Honey, when I take a nap, it allows me to become rejuvenated. And I'm really ready to take on the rest of the day, because when my days start early, and so by midday, I am kind of feeling a little drained. So for me, instead of eating lunch, I decide to take a nap. And then I get up and, I can grab a snack and continue on with the rest of my work day. So all I'm saying is make sure you are getting your rest. Make sure you are not staying up until all hours in the morning. And then your alarm goes off 4 hours later and you're like, oh God, I'm so tired. I've only gotten 4 hours of sleep. My watch tells me how many hours of sleep I got. So I only got 4 hours of sleep. Well, how do you expect to run off of 4 hours of sleep when you've got an 8-hour workday or a 9-hour workday for some people? Some say 8 or 9-hour workday, and then when you finish your workday, now you're going to work on your business. How are you going to do all of that on 4 hours of sleep? It's not going to work. You are going to crash and burn. So it's important to get your 8 hours of sleep in. Now, I will be honest with you when I say this. I only get 8 hours of sleep on Saturdays and Sundays, because like I said, during the week, Monday through Fridays, my days start very early, and I sometimes don't get into bed until after 10 o'clock, only because, like I said, it's not because I'm sitting around farting around and doing nothing. I'm actually working on things that are going to better me as well as my business. So that's why I'm up late. I have to queue up my motivational post for the next day. I already have it. I text it to myself. So in the morning, I'll do is copy and paste it into YouTube or Twitter or Instagram or wherever I'm putting it, because I don't have time to get up trying to create all that stuff in the morning. I do that the night before. My notes for today's video, I got those done last night. I wrote these up last night. So today all I had to do was just do the video and keep it moving. If y'all see a little perspiration on my face, it's because it's 76 degrees. Even though the sun has gone down, it is still a little humid, but I'm going to wrap this video up anyway, so I'm not going to cut on my air. But I digress. So make sure you're getting your rest, you guys, because you cannot expect to be your best self if you're tired. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, Michelle, I don't need 8 hours of sleep. I'm good with 5. I'm good with 6. Whatever that number is for you, go forward. All I'm saying is, do not think that you can get in the bed and get 2 hours of sleep and you're going to function well the next day, because you are not. I promise you, you're not. Okay. So that's it, you guys. Hopefully something I shared with you resonates with you and helps you to become like the highly successful people in life by taking some of these tips. And I'm pretty sure there are others that you can use. These are just some that I came up with. So make sure you try those out, and I'm hoping and praying that you get to the level that you want to get to with your business or whatever it is that you're doing, okay? So, having said all of that, thank you so much for giving me just a little bit of your time to speak life into you, to encourage you. If you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So come on back on Friday, and I'll have another motivational topic for you. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. Y'all know I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Whatever you do, wherever you go, I just ask that you have fun, but be careful, be safe, okay? We live in a world where people just do not care, and it's sad. And this is why I pray daily, and I encourage you to pray as well. But we do. We live in a world where people will hurt you and won't even think twice about it. So if you're going out, please be careful, be safe, and have fun. I love you all so very much. You know the drill, you know the spiel. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing at all, because I'm going to always love you. I love you. I care about you. The best is yet to come. Hang in there and don't give up. Talk to you later.